David, that's real shit. Yo, real shit. That's actually a good point.
Now look at Mossy. Really? Oh, so that's how you're gonna play it. You gonna do this? Okay, fine. That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
What's really good, my people? Welcome into No Catch Up Sports Talk via Chicago. I'm your host, Sean Little. Big Nick the Quick with me as always. What's happening, Quick?
Yes, sir. What's the business?
Man, you already know. NBA playoffs, we're going to break it all down. We got a lot to talk about. The Clippers are imploding. They're frauds, jokesters, whatever you want to
Who
call
would
them.
have guessed it?
We're going to talk about them. Then Lakers evened it up on the back of AD. He said he was going to come back. He said he was going to bounce back. He bounced back for 30. I think like 13. He was doing his thing. He had 2 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
AD did his thing. The Lakers got to win. They hit a lot of big shots down the stretch as well. We'll talk about that. The Brooklyn Nets are steamrolling the Boston Celtics, just like we figured they would.
Another surprise, right? Yeah.
Another team similar to the Clippers that don't seem to really care about
never
their
ever
quality of hoops.
cared. Yeah, it's in the season for the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, it's been a rough year overall, right?
Yeah.
So we got that. And then we'll close the show. We'll close it all out on hoops, man. We'll be on hoops for about 40 minutes. But I do want to open the show. First Take Tuesday. I got one. And then we'll talk about the coolest jobs in sports. Then we'll get to hoops. And then we'll get up out of here. Big Nick the Quick. What's good?
Man, what's the business? How we doing?
Man, you already know. I'm feeling good. You know, it's midweek. It's Wednesday show. But we here and knocking. So what's good?
Man, just chilling, man. Full playoff swing, man. It's been crazy over here, man. Locked in the last few days.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Let's kick it off. First Take Tuesday. I was just in Las Vegas, Nevada. I was there for a long weekend. I was playing some cards. I was kicking it. It is back. Fully back. COVID does not exist in any way, shape, or form. Masks were off everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I even saw that represented any type of COVID was signs saying that the CDC said you don't have to wear masks if you don't want to.
Come on back.
That was the only sign of COVID that I saw. Any restaurant I went to, any bar I stopped by, any sports book I went to, any poker room I went to, you didn't have to wear a mask. All barriers were down.
Did you even bring a mask?
Off. I had a mask for the airport. You need it for the airport still and Ubers. That was it, bro.
What was 4 to 5 maskless days like, man? I can't wait.
It was nice. It was nice. You didn't even feel like you forgot. Like when I got home, I kind of forgot that I needed one. Like when I got to the airport to go home, I was like, oh shit, I need a mask.
And for the record, before folks run wild, we're not anti-maskers or none of that bullshit. But this shit's been on my face for damn near 2 years, and I'm done. Like I'm done.
Yeah, man.
Done. Yeah. Exactly. I did my part, man. That's what I said. I did my part. I wore my little mask for the whole time being. Got my vaccination early. Did my social distancing. You know what I mean, man? I'm out here ready to live in summer 2021, man. You ain't stopping me.
So First Take Tuesday for me, Las Vegas, Nevada is wide open. The pool's wide open. The spirits were wide open. I saw a lot of people getting after it. I wasn't doing too much drinking or anything. I went out one night. I went and saw Deadmau5 it was my first concert, actually.
So you was fully uncovided.
Yeah,
to a rave.
yeah. I went to the shit. Yeah, everything. I was good. I was big chilling.
Yeah.
So First Take Tuesday, man. If you're thinking about going out somewhere and Vegas has crossed your mind, you could go out there and you don't have to worry about anything going down. You're good. You're good to go.
On a similar note, not quite Vegas, but I was in Iowa for work yesterday, and same deal. No masks anywhere. I wore a mask into a gas station. They looked at me like I was crazy. Again, not Vegas level, but it's a little bit different in Illinois and Chicago. Yeah, for sure.
It's over with.
Yeah.
It's over with. So
hey, if you're not vaccinated, keep your shit on, though, and go ahead and take care of business. But other than that, man, time to move around.
Yeah, it's done and dusted. So,
yep.
Yeah, that's it, man. I had a good time, though. It was nice out there. It was warm. I was chilling.
I got to get out there. My girl's dad actually just moved out there, so I'm gonna be spending a good amount of time in Vegas going forward.
Like where at?
Not too far. He said like 20, 30 minutes away from the strip. Easy. So in Vegas,
Yeah.
but maybe it's a suburb or something like that. I don't know. But it was not far from the strip at all. So 20, 30 minutes, easy. Quick little Uber ride.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah,
out there
fair.
often.
Often.
A
feel it.
lot of people moving to Vegas. Half of California is moving to Vegas. No property tax or low property tax, I think.
Low property tax.
Low income tax. You go out to California, they whack you over the head. You got to pay to cross the street out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
They call it the walking tax. So yeah,
No
shout out to
doubt.
everybody get out to Vegas, but yeah,
All right,
need to
let's
get out
into
there.
it. Yeah. Let's get
Hold
into
up, I got a
it.
quick first take, man. Y'all were hating on me.
Yeah.
Y'all were hating on me in the group chat, man. Talking reckless. Playoff hockey. Check it out. It's not a new take. I've heard people have talked about it for years that it's intense and all like that. But the last
You've been
couple of
watching
days,
it though, for real.
I mean, there's just been these NBA blowouts. Like, I don't want to watch Milwaukee and Miami. Like, that game was I saw everything I needed to see in the first half.
Right.
Boston and Brooklyn. I have zero interest in watching that series. I told you at the beginning of the playoffs, zero interest in watching the Boston Celtics. So if those are those early window games, that 6 o'clock game, and there's some good playoff hockey, you know, I watch a little bit of Islanders, Penguins. I watch some Leafs, Canadians. It's decent, man. Give it a shot. And obviously watch the first place Chicago White Sox baseball. Shout out to the squad.
Yeah, you got to watch the White Sox. I can't.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
They are who we thought they were.
They are.
They looking like they're gonna win the AL. No cap.
Especially when we get the boys back. So Eloy was walking around the clubhouse yesterday, looking good.
Good. I love it. All right, let's talk coolest jobs in sports. I thought about this because I was watching Monaco, and I was thinking about you, and I was like, what are the coolest jobs in sports? Like, I was looking at Verstappen, I was thinking about Toto. I was like, these would all be crazy, crazy jobs. You know what I'm saying? Think about being a quarterback. You think about being a starting pitcher. Like a starting pitcher, that was like elite would be a really good job.
Yeah.
Like Roger Clemens in his heyday.
Work once every 7 days, get a ton of money.
Get a ton of money and just deal. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So give me a couple of your coolest jobs in sports, and we could go through, and then we'll get to this NBA.
So for me, the first one that came to mind, I think the coolest job, coolest title, best thing you can be is the heavyweight champion of the world.
Really?
Like, remember the Ruiz tour? Remember when he ended up winning heavyweight champion?
Yes.
Ended up gaining another 50 pounds. You're all over. You're on Letterman. You're on Leno, whoever the equivalent is that now. You're all over. You're flying all over the world. Obviously, it was a little bit more prestigious back in the day. But just to be able to say, like, you're the former heavyweight champion of the world, to me, is super dope. Like, crazy dope. I would love to be the heavyweight champion of the world.
See, I'm even thinking about, but then you're famous.
Okay, but you
can't walk around.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm even thinking of shit like past that. You know what I'm saying?
So you mean like actual occupations?
I'm just
in sports.
anything. I mean, the heavyweight champion of the world is a good one.
Yeah.
Like being Lewis Hamilton would be a really dope job, right?
Yeah.
Like an F1 driver would be a really good job.
Right.
But like, yeah, maybe I was thinking about it too practically because I
when you first put it out there, I thought you meant like employees, but the way you just opened that up, I thought you were talking more like on the athlete side.
Well, on both,
Right.
like both. I think, like I said, the starting pitcher would be a good one. Being the heavyweight champ would be good, just because I actually started watching that Mike Tyson documentary because I had the early release, and I watched that first episode. And they were talking about Mike, and they were like, they called Mike the baddest man on the planet because Tyson was legitimately the baddest man on the planet, period.
Absolutely.
Like that was it.
Yeah.
So that would be a dope title. I would get that.
I got one for you then.
Yeah.
A caddy for an elite golfer.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So there's a lot that goes along with it, right? Obviously, a lot of these jobs is like, that'd be dope, but like you don't really make any money.
Right.
Caddies for elite. Like there was a time when Tiger Woods' caddy was like number 100 on the players' earning list. So like he's getting paid, right? Usually they got their own deals. You travel around the world. You're always in the mix, right? If you're going with a good golfer, again, like you're with Tiger, you're with Koepka, any of these guys, like that job is elite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, you're staying in the best places. You're staying generally the same places that they are, flying private. you're on the team, but to your thing, you maintain a level of how do you say this? Anonymity. Yeah, to some degree, right? Unless you're like, what was Tiger? Steve Williams, was that his name?
Williams,
like obviously he's super famous, right? But like I couldn't
not
tell
even
you,
though. Not even
to us, like we know who he was, but yeah, you're right. Most people wouldn't. But like I couldn't tell you Brooks Koepka's caddy. You know what I mean? I couldn't tell you Patrick Reed's caddy. You know what I mean? But I can tell you that they're living great.
Yes, facts. Like Toto Wolff's job would be sick. Being the president of like a big time football club, soccer, I'm talking about.
Yeah,
over in Europe would be sick. Those
Pat
are
Riley,
all really
Pat Riley
vibes.
level power in an American sports franchise, which you just don't see. But when like literally the buck stops with you and everything, like you know, Pat Riley's in charge of the ball boy, the bathrooms over there, like the entire organization runs through him. I think that would be dope. I think some of these like assistant basketball operations jobs could be pretty sick. Like again, you might not make a ton of money, but you travel, you watch hoops, you play a vital role in what the organization does, but you don't necessarily get the credit or the blame. You know what I mean? And it's a path to get into that next level. So I think something like that would be dope. Yeah, a lot of these.
I like all those.
Yeah, sportscaster job, like whatever it might be. But I think, overall, I like a caddy for an elite golfer. Because you're almost like an athlete without being an athlete. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on the course.
My nigga,
I'm right here.
Like, I'm doing literally everything but swinging this bitch.
Yeah, I'm telling them where to go. I'm telling them what clubs
I'm right here.
I'm finding balls. Like, yeah.
I feel the whole atmosphere. I got a front row of everything. That's a good one.
I got a Nike deal.
Yeah, all that. Yeah. Like, that's a good one.
And the rest of my life, I'm Tiger Woods' former caddy, or this. You know what I mean? Like, you get some interviews on golf. You're good. You get the perfect amount of fame where like it's cool.
Do they get any trophies?
I don't. Is it like an award for caddies?
Like in a replica?
I wonder. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm sure like you get taken care of by your golfer though. You know, he gives you some. He probably give you a couple of Rolexes.
You get like the replica.
Yeah. Like here you go. You get a little check.
You know what? Another good one, like a tennis judge.
Yeah,
that'd be a sick gig.
Yeah.
It's not high. I mean, I guess it's high pressure, but you get fucking review cameras. You're like making calls.
Boxing judge.
No, that's a lot. I feel like that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's a lot of pressure?
Yeah, but I think
if it has your name on it, you gotta actually decide what you're seeing and what round and all.
You know what?
Shit.
Let me back that up. The best job in sports to me is Michael Buffer.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm at every event. Like I said last week on the pod, he gets $1 million, and this was years ago. It could be $2 million now, just to show up. So much so that his little brother's on. Like his little brother gets the UFC and all the other shit, right? Yeah. So, like, what a job! And like,
no, that is my fault. I didn't mean to cut you off. That is a good job. What I was gonna say was, did you know that they didn't know each other until later on in life, and they were both doing the same thing?
Oh, they weren't raised together. Bruce and Michael Buffer.
Bruce didn't put Michael. Who's the older one? Now I'm tweaking.
I think it would be Michael, Bruce Buffer, right?
Bruce Buffer.
Yeah.
Bruce.
They are brothers, right? Like,
they're brothers.
I'm not messing that up. Okay,
no, they're brothers. But they like were split at some point early on in life.
Okay.
And then they came back together later on in life, and they both were kind of doing the same type of thing. I hope I'm remembering that correctly. Yo, look that up.
Yeah, let me look that up. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Michael Buffer, Bruce Buffer.
The story that I remember was that they were split when they were young and came back together. And the whole story with Bruce is that he was fucking dusted and broke, and he started doing these like entrances, and then he ended up, he sold it to the bigger fights and then it started getting traction.
Yeah.
Well,
his has a little bit more like showmanship than Michael's, right? Michael is like your traditional. Bruce comes up, like he does the whole thing.
It's like a more intense
perfect for the UFC.
Right.
Yeah, he's perfect for UFC.
Right. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm remembering that correctly. But yeah, look that up and then we can confirm. But yeah, that's a really good one, bro.
I just found this article, so I'm gonna end up reading this. But we might have to come back on this one.
Yeah, but that's a really good one. That's about it, man. There's so many good ones. But yeah, I guess I was thinking off the field, but in sports. You know what I'm saying? So
let me ask you this though. on the lines of heavyweight champion of the world, right? Like, what would be your heavyweight champion of the world if you could pick?
Yeah, like if I could pick any like job in sports.
Yeah, it's like a tennis grand slam. Is it winning the Masters?
Tennis player would be sick. All those individual dudes would be sick. These F1 drivers would be sick.
What a life.
I didn't even know about this life until recently. Until we
lifestyle crazy.
Yeah, their life is crazy.
You see Ricardo's crib in LA is stupid.
Yeah, I could be an F1 driver for sure.
Absolutely.
But like,
and you know what's cool about that? Like outside of Lewis Hamilton, and I guess not anymore because of the show, most of them could have been like 2 years ago. Didn't know anything about it. Daniel Ricciardo could literally walk right next to me. That's like, oh, that's another rich dude in LA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they're not big. They're little dudes. Yeah.
In Europe, obviously, they get more. Yeah, they get more pub. But like outside, I'd be like, oh, that's Lewis Hamilton because he's Lewis Hamilton. But
bro,
like,
that's
even like Vettel.
That's why all these soccer players come to the States in the offseason because no one knows who they are.
Yeah.
Like they could be a massive star for Roma or Juventus.
Go out to
and
LA.
they could go out to LA and no one would know who they are.
No one knows. And you still get the lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly. You do what the fuck you want. No one's
pretty much when you need to be known, you're known when it comes to getting to the club, going to the restaurant, all the events. You know what I mean? But otherwise, day to day, walking down the street, yeah, for sure.
Right. Facts. So, all right, let's move over to the NBA because we got a lot to talk about, man. Where you want to start, Big Nick, quick?
Let's throw away 2 series if we can. Can we just throw away? Can we throw away Boston and Brooklyn? Y'all will not hear us talk about Boston and Brooklyn again on this podcast.
Yeah, we can
unless
move off Boston.
Something incredible happens, we're gonna move off of it. And can we also throw away? Shout out valiant effort last year getting to the NBA Finals. One of my favorite organizations. One of my favorite players.
You think that shit's done?
I think Miami wins one in Miami because I think you said in the beginning of the series
done? We ain't even got to speak on it.
No, I think we're done. I think we're done there. I think we're done there.
Those are boys.
Nothing against them, man, but I think Milwaukee is looking right. Game 1 was a bit of a struggle, but I think Game 2 they came back, adjusted, and hit every single shot they took. And I think they're full steam ahead right now.
Yeah. Okay. So then where you want to start?
Definitely retire Boston. If you want to maybe throw a lifesaver out to the Miami Heat, I wouldn't be against it. But I never want to talk about the Boston Celtics again until next year's team preview. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out the Boston Celtics.
Start Utah, Memphis.
You want to start Utah, Memphis?
There's some spice there.
How about we get to the games that happened last night first, and then we'll close out on the stuff that's coming up.
Go for it.
Let's talk. Let's go ahead and get the Lakers and the Suns out of the way, and then because we got a lot to talk about with the Clippers. Because I had some money on those boys last night, and I am hot. I ain't gonna flex.
You might as well just let it on fire.
I ain't gonna flex. All right, Lakers, Suns. Lakers go down 0-1.
Yeah.
And also, we'll get to that actually. But Lakers go down 0-1. AD plays maybe the worst game of his career, honestly. Yeah. Like it was that bad in the spot. All things
considered, yeah.
All things considered, that to show up and score 14 points and have 6 boards in game 1 of the playoffs is unacceptable for a top 10 guy in the league.
Rebound numbers tell you everything you need to know. He should never have a game where he has 7 rebounds. That means he's got less than 2 rebounds a quarter, and this is Anthony Davis we're talking about. So when you see 7 rebounds, you already know. You don't even need to tell me the points. He's
not locked in.
He's not locked in. He's not he's not available tonight. And then we see Aiden was just kicking his ass up and down the court. He's just not involved.
Yeah. So Lakers went down 0-1. They come back, tie it up. LeBron. This is such typical LeBron fashion. You texted me and you were like, yo, LeBron is going to feed AD for the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, easy.
The only shots LeBron took, he had to. Like, shot clock was running out. He had that breakaway dunk.
Yeah.
He had a putback. But, like, he wasn't looking for his shot at all. He was looking to get everybody else involved. And
specifically Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis is number 1 priority. Anthony Davis responded. First play of the game, he gets a block.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, he's already locked. Yeah, he's here. I'm here. And he then goes on from there, does his thing. They end up they end up taking care of business. What do you think of the game? LeBron hit some crazy fallaways. We got AD. We have Cameron Payne that we need to highlight. We have a Chris Paul injury. That
so you talking about CP5?
Yeah, CP5.
Or is he 15?
I
Whatever he is.
I don't even know. That motherfucker's a bucket is what he is. So we got to talk about
confidence goes
that.
a long way in this league.
Man, so what do you think about the game, those talking points, and then we're off and running?
Yeah, I mean, I think AD did exactly what he needed to do. I think when you're a big like that who can do a lot of things and you struggle, sometimes you got to get back to basics, man. Like take your ass down in the paint to start off the game and get it how you live, right? Like nobody still, I understand he's kind of a finesse big and he can do a lot of different things and all that. And he's not quite like a Joel Embiid type, give me the ball and I'm just going to eat, but he can still get his down there, right? Yeah. So you start off with some easier stuff for him. You get him in the flow. Clearly LeBron's looking for him. And I think that was a great game plan by Vogel and most importantly, LeBron James, man. I loved it. We talked about it, though, during the game. Looked great when it was LeBron and AD on the floor. As soon as you take LeBron off the floor for the LA Lakers, that team is hot garbage. Offensively, they have no idea what they want to do. Even on defense, they're just out of sorts, right? Completely flummoxed by what's going on the court. And I honestly think, as well as the Lakers played, as many big moments as they had, Chris Paul's shoulder being injured was the biggest story of that game. It wasn't the AD resurgence. It wasn't the Lakers without Bron. It's the fact that we can't sit up here all year and say that what Chris Paul does is close out games, right? Like that's his biggest attribute as a player, and not point to that as being one of the primary factors that the Suns lost. Because regardless of what AD and Bron were doing, the Suns were in that game, right? Campaign was going nuts, very much so. But when you take out Chris Paul, I think he played 6-7 minutes in the second half.
He played 2 minutes in the fourth.
2 minutes in the fourth quarter, and that's when he shines, right? So without having him out there to kind of make those plays and make the right moves for the Suns, I think they really struggled with that. Hats off to AD for sure. Hats off to the Lakers for coming back and winning. But I think that Chris Paul injury, like I told you yesterday, like it makes me sick because I feel like every time he's in a spot to advance, whether it's with Houston and they were up 3-1 or this one where they're up 1-0 and can go 2-0, he gets some injury, man. And it's just like, man, he played every game this year just about, and it's like the worst possible time.
Snake bite shit. He played all year. We talked
all
about
year.
That.
It's like I'm playing all year.
He played all year. We talked about that a couple weeks ago where like, yo, this guy's playing every game.
Every game.
Season. Like he's not fucking taking games off. He's not doing none of that. And we get to the playoffs and it's kind of a freakish injury. He bumps into his teammate. Yeah, I don't know, man. It is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you laid it out perfectly. LeBron and Vogel, or if Vogel even needed to say anything, but
yeah, I don't know if he's saying anything. I think he's just there, man. Hey, Ty, if we learn anything from Ty Lue, it's that if you're a coach for LeBron, you're just kind of there.
You're just kind of
making some subs, but LeBron is actually running the show over there.
Yeah. So I remember if we go way back when people were mad that they had hired Frank Vogel, and I'm like, look, bro. It doesn't fucking matter if they hired.
Can he draw up a defense? That's all he's going to be doing.
Like Don Lemon. Like, it doesn't fucking matter, bro.
Shout out Don Lemon.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
real
It
talk.
doesn't matter, bro. LeBron is going to have that shit tight.
Right.
You don't got to worry about Frank Vogel and none of that shit. Ask Ty Lue.
Yeah.
Ty Lue still don't know what the fuck he's doing. Never has.
Someone said Ty Lue has not won a playoff game without LeBron James.
No, let's keep it 100.
Yeah, it's no idea. Yeah, so for sure, man. Like, yeah, without LeBron, that team is completely different. And obviously, if he stays healthy, it's a moot point because he's going to play 40 minutes a night. I also think, look, Book had 31, but not the 31 that we were looking for, and he really should have had about 45 last night was a game to go for 40, 45.
Did he have 31? I thought he ended with 29 because you want to know how I know? I had under 28 and a half, and he had 29, right?
He had 31 on 7 for 17.
Okay, yeah, and he shot I think he shot 8 free throws in the last 40 seconds or something.
Yeah, just about. He was 17 for 17 from the line.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, bro. It was like actually a very sharp play by me, and it was some bullshit to close out. They gave up. He got fouled taking 2 threes and under 17 seconds. Shot 6 free throws at the end of the game. It was fucking weird.
Yeah, but he didn't. In my opinion, he didn't step up in the way he needed to. Hey,
No, he wasn't
DeAndre Ayton,
assertive enough.
I told you, DeAndre Ayton is a man out there.
Problem.
He's a problem out there.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Is he? I'll say this.
Okay.
I think he's a problem down there, but he not. He catching a lot of lobs and a lot of easy dunks. He not locking nobody up, and he not backing nobody down or doing nothing crazy. He's running the floor. He's playing D. He's making an impact. He plays
D. He gets putbacks.
He's not a problem
offensive
down there.
You know what I mean? In the sense that they need to account for him, man. Like you need to. Yeah. He can't be going off for 22 and 10 and all that whenever he wants to. He only averaged 14 during the year. So the fact that he's giving you 20,
a couple of jumpers too.
Yeah, the fact that he's giving you 20 plus in playoff games, playing good D, getting some rebounds down there, and just playing like a quality big, like you got to account for that. So like, when I say
and I'll say this, he's in the right spot and running the floor. That's and
a huge part of it.
Seems to know where to be. Where he got 4 or 5. Oops. From just Campaign himself. Campaign looked like fucking John Stockton last night on a dish, and then looked like Reggie Miller.
And was shooting it with confidence. Look, Campaign, we talked about it, is on the Bulls. If you followed his Instagram, dude has a lot of confidence for being Campaign, right? And we clowned him because he was a trash player, right? Different guy. He comes over to Phoenix. He's backing up Chris Paul on a team with the second best record in the league. Comes in a playoff game yesterday, and in the second half is absolutely out of his mind, taking all the big shots. I texted you on one of them and said that even he had somebody in his face and pulled up and hit it like it was nothing. I said to even take that shot, the level of confidence that must exist in your body, like and you see his face after he's like Campaign.
He's talking shit.
He's talking shit. He's like, you know who I am? I'm Campaign. Like, so I fuck with it, man. You need guys like that on playoff runs. And if they would have won that game, like Campaign's getting away with the game ball. And that to me, that's how Booker's got to be, man. Like, and again, I'm not piling on Booker. I've turned the corner on him. But in a game like last night when Chris Paul's hurt, dog, in the second half, you need to come down and just let it fly. Like, whatever you got to do to get buckets, whatever you got to do to have a 30-point second half, like that's what you got to do. Because without Chris Paul, like you're it, man. Like you're their offense. You're their best player. Like step up. Get the W. It was there for the taking. So a little bit disappointed in him, but also we can't praise Chris Paul all year and act like, him going down. I see a lot of AD love this morning, but we can't act like him going down wasn't massive for them. He makes so many plays down the stretch of a ball game.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, yes, he's done it all year. He's done it all his whole career.
Yeah, the smart plays. Yeah,
I agree with you 100%. So with Chris Paul injured, this shit's done and dusted?
Not necessarily. No, I don't believe in the Lakers. Huh. I think the Suns showed you they could beat him. Chris Paul was injured the first game. He just happened to stay in. I mean, he's going to get a couple of days. They're going to go back to, or not go back to Phoenix. I guess they got to head to LA. Yeah. It's so crazy that the Lakers are playing at home or playing don't have home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs. Court, But I mean, who knows, man? Give it a couple of days. We don't know what's really going on with the shoulder, how bad it is. He was obviously able to play yesterday. He's shooting a little bit fluky, but if it feels better, figure out a way. He'll figure out a way to manage it. I'll put it this way, man. If there's a 0.00001% chance that he can play, he's going to be out there.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's no doubt about that.
And if not, Devin Booker needs to get ready to pick up responsibility, handle the ball, run the offense through him. Still a really talented team.
It's not what he does.
I mean, he can.
They already run the offense through him. He can't be handling the rock. Don't make him handle the rock. He don't handle the fucking rock.
Devin Booker can handle the rock. Before Chris Paul got there, he was handling before Chris Paul got there, they were running the offense through Devin Booker.
They still run the offense through Devin Booker right now.
Yeah, he handles the rock.
He doesn't handle it though.
What define handle?
Fucking
like
Chris
he's not
Paul.
Bringing it up every. No, he's not Chris Paul, but I'm saying run the offense through him completely.
You don't want fucking Devin Booker doing a bunch of ISO, bunch of dribbling. I mean, he's going by people. He could do it, but
Well, you used to see him as a catch and shoot
No,
guy.
he's more. No. Let me backtrack.
I mean, he had 17 free throws yesterday.
Yeah. No, he could go off the dribble. What I'm saying is, you don't want him orchestrating the offense. You want him to be the key man getting the ball on offense. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but somebody's got to run the. It can't be 48 minutes a campaign.
It's gonna have to be.
You got Javon Carter.
Somebody, you better go
Carter.
get somebody.
Each one
that can orchestrate shit. Because no.
If Chris Paul is healthy though, I'm excited to see Game 3.
Yeah, it's
even with all that, they only beat him by 7 points and did not dominate them.
Bro,
so
dog, it was a 2 or 3 point game. The whole stretch, LeBron hit a fucking fadeaway 3 in the corner, another turnaround, and then he hit a 3 at the top of the key. So there was a lot of shots that needed to be made for them to close it out. And Schroeder was hooping.
Yeah.
Hate on him or not, say what the fuck you want. He was doing his thing and he was getting to the basket at will and he was hitting threes. So Dennis made a big impact.
So real quick though, does this matter to you? In I think about 50 minutes of playoff basketball, Kyle Kuzma has 2 points.
Yo, I was literally just gonna ask you, is this guy a waste man for real? Like,
he's
a zero.
A zero. He's 2 points in the whole series.
And if I watched the game front to back last night, and the 2 points he had was on a blown back door.
Yeah.
Somebody dumped it to him and he laid it up.
He was wide open. Yeah, it was an easy two. Anybody could get that too. And KCP, 30 minutes, no points yesterday.
KCP, if KCP gets off to a bad start, he never turns it around.
Yeah, he's dust.
He never turns it around.
Mm-hmm.
And if he gets off to a really hot start, he feels good. He's firing the rest of the game. LeBron told him, dog. Did you see that clip?
Yes.
He kicked it to him, and he ended up kicking it to the corner to someone else, put someone else in a bad position. And he's like, yo, bro, I kicked you the ball to shoot that motherfucker, man. Stop fucking around.
Stop fucking around.
Because he knows he's going to need him. And they need KCP on the floor. My initial thought was like, yo, get him off the floor, but they need him for D.
They need him for D. That's what he does.
They need him for D. That's what he does. And then on top of that, I flipped it. I'm like, just stop passing him the ball. Like, don't take him off the floor, but dog, stop passing him the rock altogether.
Just have him defend.
Yes, exactly. Because when his confidence isn't there, he fades.
Yep.
But I guess
the Kuzma thing to me matters because I guess not as much as it would have like last year, because you do have Schroeder as that third guy, and again, you just said it. Schroeder is going to play. He's going to play hard. Like, he's going to go out there and try to win. He might have some bad games. Yeah. He might do some stupid things. But overall, 2 points. Yeah, he's never going to. It's just not. He won't allow it. It's not going to happen. So I guess he can be that third guy that you can kind of look to. But man, like, can we get a Montrezl Harrell sighting? Like any of these guys, buried on the bench.
Trez is buried on the bench.
Yeah.
Morris is buried on the bench.
Yep.
Maybe we'll see them in different series, but man, for Trez to get a DNP is crazy to me.
Well, they just know that Aiden is just going to eat Trez's lunch. You can't put him in there against Aiden.
Yeah, but
he's a terrible defender.
They're also scoring fucking 100 points a game. Like, they could also use some O.
Yeah.
On that second team. I don't know, man. It's interesting. We'll see. Gasol was getting all those minutes. Kuz is still getting minutes. I was on the side of Kuzma being actually getting a lot of hate that was undeserved. Not undeserved isn't the right word, but I've seen him go for 26 and be like, yo, this dude can hoop a little bit. Yeah. Maybe he doesn't bring it consistently, but he's hard to defend, bro. Like, you can't
6'10" and he can shoot sometimes. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You're 6'10" on the wing. You're wild, timid. He's the Lakers' Lauri Markkanen.
For sure.
That's exactly what he is.
And Lauri's way better than Kyle Kuzma.
Get the fuck out of here. He's
not
way better than
He does a lot more than Kyle Kuzma does. He rebounds better than Kuzma. Like, stop this.
Way better than Kuzma.
He's way better than Kuzma. You mean to tell me if you swap Lauri Markkanen for Kuzma in the Lakers spot right now? Come on, stop it.
He wouldn't be.
We give Lauri Markkanen a lot of flack, but he's better than Kyle Kuzma.
Not by very much.
He's better than Kyle Kuzma.
Dog, if Markkanen's scoring 2 points and 4 points on the Bulls, you think that nigga running around with LeBron and them niggas, he's gonna score? He's gonna be scoring 10, 12?
I don't know. LeBron might be in his ass like, dog, come on, bro.
That would be bad for him.
But I get
less points.
The comparison makes sense though. It's the same type thing. Like, dog, you should be doing a lot more, especially when your job is an offensive player.
Come on,
like, Kuz is not there for D.
They're not asking him to do a lot either.
Yeah,
go give us a dozen.
Yeah,
like what the fuck, bro?
So you really can't games. So you really can't afford another Anthony Davis bad game if you're the Lakers.
Dog, we keep saying that. We've been known that
you can't.
He has to score 30. Period.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's still in the game's still tight.
Can't do it.
Because who knows if KCP is going to come out and hit shots. Dog, we've seen this movie before. We're going to see a game from the Lakers where KCP is 7 of 10 from the 3, 6 of 9 from the 3. Kuzma's going to have 12 points. Caruso's going to have 10. LeBron's going to score 26. And AD is going to score 30. And we're going to be like, oh my God, this team is unbeatable.
Yeah,
it's coming. The game that game is coming. I don't know. And then Schroeder will score a dozen too. And it's like, oh man, if they can get going like this, it's fucking trouble. But
then the next game they'll come out and score 92 points.
Right.
So
either way, AD got to score 30 because I don't know who I'm going to get help from. And I think LeBron knows that. And I think that's why LeBron said to KCP, like, bro, the fuck, man?
Shoot the fucking ball.
Shoot the fucking rock.
What are you doing?
That's why I'm kicking it to you out there. I'm kicking it to you to shoot it.
Hey, don't make me drop you from clutch.
Don't make me drop you from clutch, man. You one phone call away.
I got your contract, boy. Remember who negotiated your deal for you?
Bro.
Don't play with me,
dog. Shoot the fucking rock, dog.
I'll send you back to Detroit real quick. Yeah,
on a skip pass like that, you gotta shoot it, motherfucker.
Yeah, 100%. That's your job. Yeah, for sure. 4 shots in 30 minutes can't happen. So serious prediction. What do you got? Lakers in 6? Lakers in 7?
Man, I'm a huge Phoenix fan. I think they're a really good basketball team. I love Devin Booker. He's one of my favorite players in the league. Yeah, I'll take the Lakers in 7. It all depends on Chris Paul. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's an impossible question to answer because if Chris Paul is healthy, which I guess he's not, but he's going to get a couple days here. But I would have no problem taking Phoenix either.
Yeah, for sure.
It always seems like at the end of these games, the Lakers are pulling off miracle jumpers and like holding on for dear life.
That's the other thing, man. Yeah, they're doing a lot at the end of these games. Like the Warriors game, there's no reason that the Warriors game goes down to the wire like that. I get it. Steph's had a great year, but
when's the last time you saw the Lakers just tuck somebody in?
Yeah, that's what they need to do.
That's what I'm waiting on. So I don't know, man. It's tough to say.
I think the last team they tucked in was Phoenix when they played them a couple weeks ago. But like, yeah, for sure.
Like, let's see them tuck some boys in. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All right, let's move over to the main event. The Los Angeles Clippers are jokes, frauds,
fraudulent,
whatever you want to call them. Where do you want to start on this quick? Do you want to start with the game? Should we talk about how they lost the last 2 games of the year to make sure they played Dallas because they thought it was sweet? We beat Dallas last year, and they are getting fried by Dallas.
Should we talk about Luka hitting step back one-legged threes?
Should we talk about that? Porzingis is so not worried about these motherfuckers. He's at the strip club in LA getting fined before the games.
Or we could talk about how Tim Hardaway Jr. looks like Tim Hardaway Sr.
Tim Hardaway Jr. looks like fucking Joe Harris.
Not better.
From the 3.
Yeah, from the 3, yeah.
From the 3, he looks like Joe Harris. Then he looks like, a better version of himself doing everything else.
Looks like Joe Dumars from everywhere else.
So, like, yeah, bro. This is where I want to start. Let's start with the Clippers on the defensive end because I don't have the number in front of me, but the Mavs have hit something ridiculous like 36 threes or 37 threes in the first 2 games.
All
Look
you
that
need,
up real quick.
all you need to know is that the Mavs had 73 points at halftime yesterday on a team against a team that allegedly has good defenders in Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and the ever so fraudulent, even though he's a Chicago guy, Pat Beverly. And Russ Westbrook tried to tell you about Pat Bev.
The
Said he
Mavs
was fooling y'all, the defense. He just runs around and yells. He's not stopping nobody.
not stopping nobody.
No one.
The Mavs are shooting 62% at halftime.
73 points.
Come on, dog. Like, what the
Luka
fuck
was
is
doing
going on?
whatever he wanted.
So let me
He
get
was
you
pulling
this.
up from wherever he wanted.
So let me ask you this.
The team is an embarrassment.
How is a team like that play defense like that? First off.
You don't.
And second, you know how many series, you know how many games we've seen where we've seen guys like Luka, who's unstoppable. Let's call it what it is. Yeah. This motherfucker on offense is unstoppable, period. You cannot stop him.
Right.
I don't care who it is. You can't stop him. But that happens all the time.
You can only hope to minimize his impact.
But that happens all the time. Let him score 40. You can't fucking let Finney Smith and all these other motherfuckers go crazy.
Maxi Kleber, 13.
Yo, Kleber going, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kleber going nuts. Now you got Hardaway looking like fucking like a literally a top 10 player in the NBA.
Willie Cauley-Stein had 6 points in 15 minutes. He hasn't scored 6 points in his NBA career.
No, give me Tim Hardaway's line from game 1 and game 2.
So Tim Hardaway last night was 28 points, 5 assists, 9 of 14 shooting, 6 of 8 from 3.
9 of 14?
Yeah, 9 of 14.
These are Kevin Durant numbers.
9 of 14 shooting.
That line, the line you just read me, 28 points, 5 on 9 of 14 from 6 of 9 from the Trae. That's Kevin Durant.
Well, check it out. Game 1, 21 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist on 8 of 13 shooting, 5 of 9 from 3-point.
These are Kevin Durant numbers, shooting splits. Stop. You cannot let guys like Tim Hardaway go nuts on top of Luka being able to do whatever he wants. Mm-hmm. And if you go look at a lot of these 3-pointers, they're giving up fucking wide open looks.
Wide open.
I'm not talking about guys like Tim Hardaway's not putting anybody in the fucking mixer on a step back.
Right.
Like, it's just not happening.
Well, not to mention Luka's sitting there telegraphing what he's going to do. I knew every time he was going to come up and hit the step back 3 or he was going to go for it. Like, you know what's coming. You refuse to stop it. Ty Lue refused to make any adjustments. I didn't keep track of how much Kawhi was on Luka, but it wasn't enough. I don't understand how you let a team hit you for 73 in your building in one half of basketball in a playoff game. And you're supposed to be one of the elite teams in the Western Conference. And a team that you asked for.
And you're down 0-1.
You lost 2 games to play against these guys. You think they didn't feel disrespected? Come on, man. Rick Carlisle. This isn't Rick Carlisle's first fucking rodeo. Like, come on, man. Like, they said, hey, they want us. And now you let them take 2 in your building. You got to go back to Dallas, which has never been a nice place to play. You know that bitch is going to be rocking. Texas been off restriction, so they might be at 80% capacity in that motherfucker. Mark Cuban's going to be up there doing his thing. Dirk was in the building last night. He's going to be in the building on, what is that? Is that going to be Sunday? Or when's that game going to be? Friday? Whenever it is.
Yeah.
And you're playing from behind, and you're a squad that are front runners. Like, let's be honest. Nothing about this team tells you that they have the heart of a champion and are built to claw back. If they go down early in this game, this series is a wrap. They've lost now, 5 straight playoff games, right? 3 straight to end last year, 2 straight to start this year. What about this team tells you that they can claw back on the road?
Nothing.
They might get swept. I'm not even kidding. They look like we're getting swept candidates. No heart. And Dallas is playing with so much confidence.
Couple things on the Kawhi thing. I agree with you 100%. It's tough because he scored 30 in the first half yesterday. He knows he needs to score a lot of points, and then you're going to ask him to guard arguably he's a top 3 offensive player in the NBA.
For sure.
He could arguably be number 1.
No.
He could arguably be number one on
The
offense.
best offensive player in the NBA.
Yes,
we can talk about this another day, but that's just
you could. So I mean, what
he's
not,
one of the.
Well, yeah, I mean, so yeah, okay, he's even with Harden in them.
But I couldn't call him. Whatever. There's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But I'm not saying that he's the best offensive player in the NBA.
I mean, nigga scores 40 whenever he wants in the playoffs at will.
For sure.
On Kawhi and Paul and whoever the fuck else you want.
Kevin Durant is the best offensive player in the NBA.
This is the thing about and listen, I'm not going to argue with that, right? But the thing about the difference, see, it's almost like him and Harden and Luka they're like different. Yeah, these motherfuckers have the ball every fucking play. Durant runs around, catches and fires. It just always goes in. Right?
Like, Durant goes into your offense and doesn't interrupt anything because he only needs 15 shots.
Yeah, he just catches you 32. The ball, fires, it all goes in. Like.
It's 10 for 15, 32 points. No
Harden and they're different. They're different offensive players. Harden and Luka, man, they're creating everything at all times. It's really.
KD doesn't have bad games though. I mean, KD averages 30 points a game on like 50, 40, 90.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I mean, we're splitting hairs, but like, yeah.
But anyway,
one of the elite top 5 absolute bucket guys in the league. Yes, for sure, absolutely.
I would love to see whatever you want to say. I would love to see Kawhi just get fucking pissed off that this guy's been killing y'all for 2 years in a row now.
Yeah,
it's not like he fried y'all one game and now you're like, oh shit, like we gotta worry about Luka. He fries y'all every fucking time y'all play. Yeah. Doesn't it get to a point where it's like, yo, I'm about to lock this nigga up? But I don't know.
Not on this team. Not in that locker room. Not on this team. Not on that locker room. That's the point. I don't think this team has that type of mentality. It's not like, and it's to your point. Like, look, Kawhi had 41 last night. I don't really know what else more you want him to do. But I just think overall on this team, it's not that mentality. Like, yo, we're gonna go at this dude's neck. Like, yo, we cannot let him do whatever he wants. Yeah, he might still score 40. But damn, we can't make it look easy for him. We can't let him do whatever the hell he wants. We can't let Tim Hardaway come in here like, you know what I'm saying? He's a top 10 player in the league and have that much confidence. But I don't think this team is wired that way. Like, yo, you see guys who are wired that way, and I just don't think this squad is wired that way. I think Kawhi,
Is it because Kawhi is very passive attitude type and the rest of those guys are passive? Well, I don't know if you can have passive guys with a passive Kawhi.
Exactly. You know that's what I'm saying. Go back to Toronto. You know why Kawhi was fucking incredible and the reason that they won the NBA Finals. But you know why that worked? Because you got a bulldog like Kyle Lowry.
Right.
I'm not going. Hey, if you think Kyle Lowry's in the locker room ripping people's heads off, telling them what the deal is, like he's an alpha, a real leader in that locker room. You don't have a leader like that in that locker room. Kawhi told you what he wanted this summer. He said, please, go fucking get a point guard. Go get a point guard of someone who can actually get us into our shit, who can lead us. That's not me. I am here to get buckets when they count and play some defense. But I don't want to carry the ball. I don't want to run. The offense doesn't need to go through me like that. Like that's not the type of player that I am, right? I don't run the offense. I don't initiate. I'm not your vocal leader. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like that's the difference. I mean, Kawhi was in San Antonio. Come on, what's understood doesn't have to be explained. There's leaders all over the place, right? He's not a vocal leader, and you need guys like that, man. It's cliche, it's corny, but it's the fucking facts.
They just got too many passive boys over there.
Too many passive boys. And then Ty Lue's not ripping anybody's head off because he doesn't have the cachet like that. They're looking at him like, bro, come on, man. You coach LeBron.
He's not doing shit.
Not doing shit. Paul George.
No adjustments.
Paul George, enough said. Listen to every time the guy opens up his fucking mouth. He's not a leader. Absolutely not.
Yo, say what you said before. Say what you said before we went live.
Look, yeah. So I mean, it's gonna sound so bad. But all you need to know about Paul George is when he got his lady pregnant initially. She was like, whatever. He got her pregnant, and she leaked the text messages. She was a stripper. Nothing against that. She leaked the text messages of Paul George, essentially trying to pay her off to not have a child, right?
And he lowballed her.
Lowballed her
for $1 million.
3 or 4 years later, that's his wife, and he's got multiple children with her. So nothing against that, but it just kind of gives you the mentality of a Paul George. He's just not sure of himself and exactly what it is he wants to do. Nothing wrong with ending up wifing. I don't have a problem with that at all. It's more of the first you tried to pay her off, and then your solution was to it's just where are you, dude? Do you make any decision that makes sense for yourself? Like, come on, man. And I don't care how that comes off.
I
know
agree.
What I mean?
No, I know what you mean. I think you said it perfectly.
Nothing to get.
This guy doesn't know what he wants to do.
Doesn't know what he wants to do.
So I don't know, man. Then another big talking point that I haven't heard anyone say anything about till you mentioned it was you give a guy like Luke Kennard a whole bunch of money.
$64 million to be
$64 million.
Trade for him.
And he's literally unplayable.
Hasn't played at all in the playoffs.
He's unplayable.
$18 million this year.
How does that happen? How do you sign a dude for $60+ million and he is a zero, not even a Kyle Kuzma zero? Kuzma's at least filled up minutes.
Yeah.
This guy cannot get off the bench.
Has not played.
It's just like I don't get the team, bro.
Has not played in the playoffs. And my thinking is if you had $64 million to spend, go get a fucking point guard. I still don't understand how after last year they didn't get a point guard, a legitimate one. Like I like the Rondo signing, but shit, you didn't even use him. You got Reggie Jackson getting 30 minutes. I get it. He had 15, but Reggie Jackson, when you're getting cooked defensively, you have Reggie Jackson out there playing 30 minutes. Like, come on, man. Like this squad is sus.
Why don't you think Kawhi or Paul have just been like, yo, I want fucking Luka the whole fucking way. I will score myself. Maybe just because they can't afford it. But I'll score 15 tonight. But I'm gonna make sure this motherfucker scores 15 too.
I think that should be Paul George's responsibility. I think they need Kawhi's 30 to 40, honestly, right? But that should be Paul George's responsibility. Like Paul George,
when is someone gonna do something?
I don't know. Who's going to do it? Your coach can't step up, apparently. The players can't step up, apparently. That's a locker room void of leadership. I can tell you exactly what it looked like after that loss last night, man. There was nothing going on. There was a bunch of guys with their head down. There was no type of rah-rah. There was no type of, come on, we got to get back. Like, come on, man. You just gave up fucking 127 in your building. 73 in the first half. You let Luka hit step back, bunny hop, one-footed three-pointers. For show. He's over here pointing at Dirk. Dirk came to watch the game in your building.
He's fucking around.
Fucking around because he can.
Yo, and he's screaming at people, too.
Screaming at folks.
You saw when he yelled at Pat Bev all the way up the floor? Like, bro, you're too fucking small.
Too small.
Get your little ass out of here.
What is this? What are you doing?
Bro.
They're getting embarrassed.
And another thing is, why isn't Rajon Rondo on the floor?
I don't know. It was good enough for the Lakers last year.
He made a massive impact last year for the Lakers to win the title. You go and get him to play him in situations just like this. Fucking must win, maybe not. But it would sure fucking help your cause to win the game and go to Dallas even instead of down 1-0-2. And he doesn't even play, and you got Pat Bev out there getting fucking fried over and over and over again. I don't get it.
Rondo was a plus 13 in 19 minutes last night. Highest on the team.
How do you play?
He was a plus 13 in 19 minutes last night. Meanwhile,
Pat Bev played
minus 11. Pat Bev played 23. Reggie Jackson played 30 minutes.
They need his buckets.
Apparently.
I don't know what else to say. So I don't know, man.
They're done. This team is done.
They just have no fucking heart whatsoever.
That's what I'm saying. There's zero shot they win this series. They're in the same position as Boston, in my opinion. Teams with no heart, there's zero shot. Nothing about this team tells you they're going to rally back.
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing about this squad.
Let's move off those boys. We'll close the show out. We got to talk Knicks Hawks.
Man.
And Jazz Grizzlies, yeah?
Yep.
Where you want to start?
There's some drama in Utah, apparently.
Oh, that's a really weird situation. Let's start with there.
Yeah. Is he hurt? According to him, the team told him he's not playing.
No, it was all the way around. He was cleared to play and didn't play.
No, I thought he was going to play and the team held him out. Are you sure?
I was under the impression that he was cleared to play, and that was initially why.
No, Donovan Mitchell upset at Utah Jazz for late call to sit him for game 1. So it was their call to sit him for game 1. And then I know Windhorst came on somebody's podcast the other day and was like, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Like, there's definitely some damage been done over there. But it's been weird with him. Dude, it's been weird with him over there. It was weird with the Gobert situation, right? Yeah. Like, it's been weird over there, man. Like, it's Utah, man.
My guy, Max, thinks
Knicks.
Just doesn't. He needs to be tougher.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, just like he just doesn't think he has
Takes things personal?
He just doesn't have it. You know how Jimmy Butler has it?
Well, just Jimmy's like, yeah.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
Jay Crowder has it.
Shout out Jay Crowder.
Like Mitchell's one of those guys you could just beat up, he would fold up, I think, type of guy.
Really?
Yeah.
This is hot. Mitchell takes. I didn't know. I don't get that impression of him.
Well, answer me this. How do you hold out someone from not playing? If I say I can go, what who the fuck, who's telling him he can't play? The fucking president?
So you're saying
answer me that. I'm just trying to figure it out for real.
So was he just show up?
Well, no.
In his uniform?
Yeah, what the fuck do you mean? No, answer me that for real. Because I mean, maybe I'm just being too out of pocket or out of left field.
Yeah, I don't know if the player can just make it.
If I say I'm healthy, I'm pretty sure I read the doctors cleared him and said he was good.
Yeah, but the team wouldn't let him play.
So then, what does that mean? What does that mean? Who the fuck is the team? I know it's not Schneider. So who's the team won't let him play?
Whoever owns I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I hear you, but I guess I'm not figuring out what. So what would you're saying? You're just gonna show up at the arena in your warm ups and be like, "Hey, I'm playing regardless."
Yeah.
You're gonna cause a scene in the locker room before the game and be like, "Yo, I'm playing."
Ain't no scene. You tell them motherfuckers, I'm ready to play. It's the playoffs. I'm playing. So you ain't no fucking scene.
So you reference like Jimmy Butler. You're saying like Jimmy showing up. Hey, fuck all that. Spo, I don't care what y'all talking about. Like, hey, I'm playing.
Spo, the coach is different.
Yeah.
Because the coach, you can't.
So how do we know that Quinn Snyder didn't tell him?
I guess we don't. But what I'm saying is that it better have been Quinn Snyder, because what I'm saying is something's not right. And a guy from fucking upstairs in game 1 of the playoffs is telling me I can't play, but I'm healthy and good and cleared. Cannot happen. Shouldn't happen. Like, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, it's interesting shit, because you hear sound bites from Gobert. Gobert comes out and he's like, yeah, I mean, it's
we thought he was playing.
We thought he was playing, and then all of a sudden he's not playing, and it's kind of a distraction.
Yeah, and it fucks up your whole. I mean, they lost to the 8th seed,
right?
It's the team with the best record in the NBA. Yeah, it was clearly a distraction.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where it's kind of interesting. I don't know if we know the whole story, but
there's obviously more there.
I'm trying to figure out where it would come from to say that he can't play. Upper management, I guess the GM is saying he cannot play.
The coach also works for somebody too. So the coach, if they're telling the coach he's not playing, the coach is like, "Oh, fuck that." I mean, he's Quinn Snyder. Right. He's not I guess Greg Popovich. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
And I guess if the coach is like, "I'm not going to play you."
Yeah, if you don't have there's only certain coaches who could even do that. You know what I'm saying? And be like, "Wait, hold on, he's cleared." Like, no.
See, I would be I'd be a bad NBA superstar, because I would have come out and I'd be like, "Yo, I'm good to go. These niggas don't want to play me."
I wouldn't give him my shoes. Wouldn't let me in the locker room. Yeah.
I think I would be a really bad NBA superstar. Like, if I'm good and I'm cleared, I'm going to the media as soon as they put a mic in my face, and I'm saying, look, Snyder told me the GM said I can't play. I don't know why, but I was ready to go and told them I was ready to go. And he's the situation.
The weird thing is he's been out and was cleared. So it's not like this is an injury that happened the last game of the year or something. Like, he's been out. You know, he hasn't been playing. It's like, and the whole purpose of I would assume you kept him out as opposed to bringing him in those last couple games before the end of the regular season was because you just wanted him ready for the playoffs, right? So he's been out. You were still fighting for top seed in the West with him out. So you were holding him for the playoffs, so why not play him in game 1? And that's probably how he's thinking too. Plus the extra couple of days with the play-in and all that shit. He's like, yo, what's the deal?
Maybe they thought it was sweet that they were just gonna roll over Memphis anyway, so they'll give him a whole another series.
Have you watched Memphis play? You know Dylan Brooks. Have you watched Dylan Brooks the last couple of weeks? That boy ain't going, man. He believes he's the best player on that team. I'll tell you that. He shot the ball 26 times.
Yeah, dude, he was going crazy.
Going crazy. Yeah, absolutely.
So
Ja had 26. Like Memphis isn't gonna lay down. Like offensively, they're not amazing, but they got some dogs. They always have. It's like what is it? Grind and whatever it was. Grit and Grind 2.0 over there.
You're talking about Grindhouse?
No, Grit and Grind when they had Zach Randolph and Gasol. They used to call it Grit and Grind and Conley.
Yeah. No, man.
Shout out to Milf.
Yeah. And they got those black and gold trim jerseys. Those are the hardest jerseys in sports.
Jerseys are tough.
Them bitches tough as fuck.
Might have to grab one of those for the beach.
Yeah, for real. Those jerseys are super tough.
That jersey is super tough.
Super tough.
Would you get it? All right, so if you were getting a Grizzlies jersey, it's a Ja? No questions asked?
Yeah, it's a Ja.
It's a Ja?
Yeah, gotta be.
And you wouldn't get the Dylan Brooks, man, represent for the light skinned brothers out there, man. You need the Brooks, right?
The D Brooks, my brother, my long lost brother.
I fuck with him though, man. He looks like the type of guy who shows up at the park and he's
confident, dude.
Confident as fuck.
Yeah, I like it.
He's also like the type of guy that could go 3 for 28, but
yeah, that don't matter.
I love
those dudes. I love those guys.
I'm playing my game regardless.
Yeah, I love those dudes. Like, I'd much rather have him than fucking KCP, where he doesn't want to shoot it.
Yeah,
you know
for
what
sure.
I'm
Facts. In your eyes, though, there's no chance the Grizzlies win the series, or what do you think?
I don't think so, man. I actually think that Utah is pretty tough.
Yeah.
Jordan Clarkson, I believe, went 0 of 12 from the 3 in game 1. What was it?
Love the 12, by the way. 0 of 8.
Yeah, it's 0 of 8 from 3.
Hey, talk about a guy
3
who
or 14 or something.
The rim is always big for. The hoop is always big for. Is Jordan Clarkson. He's gonna let it fly regardless.
Yeah. So they went down. They went down to the buzzer, and essentially their second. I think he leads them second leading in points behind Mitchell.
He is.
It's Clarkson, and he had one of the worst games he's had in a long time. And they still had to lose at the buzzer. And
his confidence will not be shaken for game 2.
Yeah. So we'll I like Jazz in the series for sure. But I'm gonna watch it. This is not one of the situations where I'm not interested in the series.
Definitely interested in the series.
I'm excited to see what goes down.
Yep.
All right, let's get out of here on Knicks and
my favorite series. I told you.
Knicks and Hawks.
What a game. What a fun game.
Awesome game.
What a fun game to watch. Like just overall, what a fun game to watch.
Give me your thoughts on the Garden rocking, Ice Trae, the whole game, game itself.
First off, man, I'm turning around on Trae because kind of like we love the guys who keep shooting. I love the guy that like embraces being a villain in New York City, in the Garden in a playoff game. And I don't think there was anything like fake about that. Like the whole, hey, I can't hear y'all, like that whole talking shit, the ultra level of confidence, taunting the crowd after hitting big shots. Like, yo, I love that attitude. I love that demeanor. I love the fact that he backed it up with, preceded it with hitting the biggest shot in the game and that he was available for all that, man. So for me, Trae Young, man, like I just absolutely love the confidence that he showed in that game. With that being said, I don't think the Knicks are going to get a game like from Julius Randle like that again. So this series is obviously not over. On the flip side, they won't get another Alec Burks game like that. But I really think, to me also, the unsung hero of this game for the Hawks was Lou Williams. When he came in like halfway through the third, it completely changed for them. He hit a couple big threes. He had a huge assist to Bogey, or was it Gallo, one of them. And just like, great energy, great vet presence for them.
My dog.
Yeah. Bogdanovich.
What squad did he turn down again?
It was the Kings, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, no, he was supposed to go to the Kings.
No. He was already on the Kings.
It was the Bucks.
The Bucks. Man. It was the Bucks.
The Bucks.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a botched situation. Well, the Bucks had acted like they signed him already or some shit.
Well, the story I heard was he's like I never agreed with his people. It was Gucci, and he's like, I don't want to go there. Like,
I'm not going there.
Yeah, so that's interesting because man, you put him on the Bucks.
Yeah, But I just thought overall, great game. D Rose, Burks balling, Quigley, my guy. Been telling you about him.
Yo, Quigley can hoop.
Yeah, absolutely. He's nice. I
Like,
know you. I know
like
you.
that.
Yeah. And speaking of Quigley, I know you got something on this game as far as the late game Thibodeau substitution. As far as who he put on Trae Young at the end of the game.
I love Tibbs.
Love him. What a terrible decision.
I cannot figure out why you would bring on Frank Nicolatina?
Yeah.
Off the bench, ice brick cold. He hasn't done anything in 40 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
I'm talking about he's been sitting down and standing up to clap.
Yeah.
You put him on an island against Trae Young to close out the game.
He just gets smoked.
And you can be a stopper all you want. Dog, Ice Trae have been running around the last hour.
Right.
You get off the bench, ice cold.
Has all the momentum.
Dog, it's just an easy blow by. Easy blow by. So I didn't really understand that. I'd much rather go with the guy that's been playing and just give it your best shot and see what happens. But it's also it's such a tough ask too.
Yeah.
It's like come off the bench ice cold, and then I'm gonna need you 1-on-1 against Trae Young at the top of the key.
Young. Yeah. Just get the stop.
It's like get the stop. It's like
get the stop. Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So when he made that substitution, I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
Bro, I didn't even realize what was going on until I saw there was a nigga with a headband out there. I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this?
And he wanted D, like Quigley can pay D. I don't understand.
Yeah, bro. Oh, man. I was like, dog, I don't understand this shit at all. That didn't make any sense. And of course, Trae went and did his thing, but this is gonna be a classic, bro.
I told you this is gonna be a great series, man. I think Randall's gonna come back game 2. He's another guy who I don't think he's gonna have 2 bad games in a row like that.
Yeah.
And I think game 2 is gonna be tonight, gonna be rocking at the Garden. Obviously, it was dope just to see the Garden come to life. Saw Tracy Morgan up in there, big chilling, everybody just chilling in the Garden. Like, yeah, it was dope.
Yeah.
And Trae just playing the villain, man. I'm all for it. Like, he has now set himself up to be like NYC Reggie Miller, not Reggie, but you know what I mean? Like, just that type of guy. He will always get booed at the Garden going forward.
Yeah.
Always get booed at the Garden. You had the mayor coming out against him. Like, yeah.
He's going to be talking. They're going to be on his head tonight, too. As soon as he catches the ball, they're going to boo him. It'll be a fun game tonight, no doubt. Who you got in that series?
Man.
You want to tell me next week?
No, I think I love the Knicks. I think I got Atlanta. Atlanta's got a lot of offense, and the Knicks. I don't think the Knicks have enough scoring to overcome a hot Atlanta team.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that analysis. So
we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. Lock in Knicks Hawks tonight, along with Jazz Grizz and Philly and Washington. For Big Nick the Quick, I'm your host Sean Little. Make sure you subscribe everywhere, man. iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. Rock with us. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. No catch up sports talk via Chicago. We out of here.